Good morning. It's Wednesday, January 19th. We're bringing you the latest news to make headlines and helping you start your day.
Developing right now, a disturbing discovery. Disabled adults locked in a basement by a man claiming to be a pastor.
CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm has the latest from where this happened, and she starts off our coverage in today's Morning News Rewind.
Yeah, Gravier, the police here in Griffin tell us they found 8 adults with mental and physical disabilities locked in the basement of that home. They say some of them had not gotten the medical care they needed. Take a look. This is the home on Valley Road. Griffin police say last week paramedics got a call that someone at the house was having a seizure. They couldn't get to that person because the basement was locked, so they had to crawl through a window, and that's when they realized 8 disabled people were living there. Police got a warrant, and they say their investigation showed Curtis Bankston and his wife Sophia were running an unlicensed group home under the guise of their church called One Step of Faith in Atlanta. Police say they also learned the couple was controlling the finances, medications, and public benefits of the people staying there, and that some of them had been denied medication and medical care. We spoke with a neighbor who recalled one evening when an elderly man using a walker knocked on her door. He was lost, and he gave her an address that turned out to be the Bankston home.
We walked together, and we got down to the house, and then he did not go into the front of the house. He said he had to go behind the house. But it makes me sad that he could have been in a situation where he was not being taken care of well.
And police expect to charge the pastor's wife soon. The pastor himself is out on bond. He told one of my colleagues that he will speak with us this afternoon to share his side of the story. If that happens, we'll certainly bring it to you. Live in Griffin, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Really disturbing, Rebecca. Thanks for that report. A live look now at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Verizon and AT&T have delayed launching their new 5G services at certain airports over concerns it could disrupt travel. Our Tori Cooper is live at Hartsfield-Jackson this morning with the latest. Tori, what are airlines telling you this morning?
Yeah, Rob, major airlines say that if AT&T and Verizon were to turn on these new 5G towers within 2 miles of this major airport or any other U.S. major airport, it could cause flights to be either delayed, diverted, or even canceled in a sum of nearly 1,100 flights per day. And that would impact nearly 100,000 passengers. Now, here's why. I took some notes on this. Experts say that 5G services can interfere with equipment used by planes and pilots to take off and land in bad weather when there's low visibility. Emirates, Japan Airlines, and Air India canceled flights just this week because of these concerns. Now, airline executives from Delta and other major airlines sent a letter Monday warning that the technology is one of the biggest threats to air travel. And some researchers, however, we spoke to at Georgia Tech say it may not cause interference, but passengers were also hopeful this wasn't going to get in their way either.
A lot of the airlines are concerned about that 5G coming online because of their radar altimeters operating on the aircrafts that operate up at about 4.2 gigahertz. So in theory, this new 5G really shouldn't interfere with these aircrafts because there's quite a bit of spectrum that separates the equipment between the 5G equipment and the aircraft altimeter.
I hope that there's no disruptions in the flights or the patterns, and I really hope that the technology has advanced enough that it works cohesively.
Now, the FAA tells us they are conducting an impact study right now. Meanwhile, Verizon and AT&T said they will keep this on hold for now. But again, there's no timeline on how long they will keep these towers turned off. And if they turn them on, what we could see here. Of course, we'll continue to track any developments that may come of these new towers, and we'll share it with you right here. Reporting live from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
Tori, thank you for that. Now at 6:38, we're keeping an eye on today with the stories you need to know.
A bond hearing is scheduled for one of the suspects accused in the deadly shooting of a 15-year-old in Douglasville.
Police announced 3 people are in custody. They're still looking for one more person in the death of Landon Smith. The teen was killed in a shooting during a New Year's Eve house party. 17-year-old Jabri Wilson is still wanted. There's a mugshot there. If you see Wilson, contact Douglasville Police.
Debate is expected and a vote possible on voting rights in the U.S. Senate. Democrats are pushing a bill that would allow early voting, vote by mail in every state, and make Election Day a national holiday. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says if Republicans continue to oppose the bill, they'll propose a change in the filibuster rules so that only a simple majority vote is needed.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is now in Ukraine to meet with the Ukrainian president and foreign minister. Later in the week, he's expected to meet with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. It comes amid rising tensions between the U.S. and Russia over the military standoff near Ukraine.
FedEx is asking the government for a green light to add lasers to its jets to defend against incoming missiles. The shipping giant filed paperwork proposing to add the hardware that would throw off heat-seeking missiles by steering laser energy towards the projectiles. The company cited several incidents overseas where civilian aircraft were attacked.
Atlanta's food hall scene is growing again, this time at Phipps Plaza. The upscale Buckhead Mall is adding 24,000 square foot food hall. It's going to be called Citizens. It'll utilize a ghost kitchen model and allow you to mix and match food from different vendors with just one transaction. Citizens is expected to open by November 1st.
Breaking news at 6, a SWAT situation in Marietta has ended. It happened on Burney Street, northeast, just off of North Marietta Parkway. Marietta police confirm they arrested 2 suspects. It all started with a 911 call after a neighbor saw 2 men enter the home. Police say the men would not come out and the SWAT team was called in. The homeowner was not in the house when the men entered. SWAT quickly got them out. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
Breaking overnight, fashion icon and the former creative director at Vogue, Andre Leon Talley, has died. The fashion legend had been in the hospital battling an unknown illness. He was a pioneer in the fashion industry, a rare black editor who once worked as an advisor to Vogue editor Anna Wintour. Talley got his start as a magazine receptionist under Andy Warhol. And he's also got ties to Georgia. He was deeply involved with the Savannah College of Arts and Design as a board member and mentor to students. Leon Talley was 73.
Hey, can I get one of the Zone 3 units to come down to the dead end of Showen and Richmond Circle and just look in this garbage disposal area for us? We got a heat signature. I just want to verify that that's not him hiding in there.
New video shows the moment Atlanta police found a suspected car thief hiding in a dumpster. Officers were searching for the 2 men who allegedly stole a car with a 1-year-old child inside. Police later found the child at a nearby business. APD says the air unit quickly helped officers arrest the driver. The second suspect, though, remains on the run. The child was not hurt.
Happening today, there's a bond hearing expected for one of 3 suspects arrested in connection with a 15-year-old's murder. Landon Smith was killed in a shooting during a New Year's Eve house party. Yesterday, police announced 3 suspects had been arrested. A 4th, 17-year-old Jabri Wilson, is still wanted.
We did find out through investigation that 2 of these men were involved in gangs in Cobb County. If you are harboring Jabri, we're going to come have a conversation with you.
If you see Jabri Wilson, call Douglasville Police.
This is a moral moment in America.
Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock speaking out amid a Senate showdown over voting rights. Democrats are struggling to pass legislation they say would protect both the rights of the voters and the integrity of all federal elections. The bill would allow early voting, vote by mail in every state, and make Election Day a national holiday. With no Republican support, Democrats want to change filibuster rules so that only a simple majority vote is needed. But 2 key Democrats, West Virginia's Joe Manchin and Arizona's Kirsten Sinema, are opposed to changing those filibuster rules.
We should all support the right to vote, everyone, but not breaking the rules to make new rules.
This is about one party wanting the power to unilaterally rewrite the rule book of American elections.
A procedural vote on the voting rights legislation is set for today. Democrats say if that's blocked, they'll immediately propose to change filibuster rules.
At 17 minutes after 6, we want to turn now to the Omicron variant. More than 10,800 cases and new infections were reported in Georgia yesterday alone. The state health department also reported 33 new deaths, and more than 270 Georgians are currently in the hospital. Across the country, more than 1 million Americans tested positive yesterday.
And Americans will now have COVID tests delivered right to their door for free if they choose.
And soon you're going to be able to get those high quality masks as well. Our Brooks Baptiste has a breakdown how this is going to work.
Hey, good morning to you guys. The federal government somewhat quietly launched its website Tuesday, which was about a day early, for people to sign up for the free COVID-19 test. And it's very simple for you to order. So we just want to walk you through it just in case you have any questions and really just so you can see exactly how it works. So you'll go to covidtest.gov, and that's where you'll be able to click on that button to order those free tests. It's going to ask you to fill out your first and your last name. As you can see, I did it right here. And then even your email address if you choose to have some shipping updates that are sent to you. You'll literally be able to click checkout now, and just like that, they will start shipping to you. Now, you're going to be able to order up to 4 tests that'll be delivered to you, and they're expected to ship in the next week or so. Experts say while the tests are reliable, people with symptoms who test negative should follow up with a PCR test.
The home tests are good as a screening tool. What we're seeing is the PCR tests turn positive usually 1 to 2 days before a home test.
The Biden administration is expected to announce its plans to provide 400 million N95 masks for free to Americans in a press conference happening today at 4 o'clock, which you'll be able to see right here on CBS 46. And this is all going to be a part of a plan and an effort to ensure people have access to more protective masks as these cases continue to surge. Guys.
All right.
That was a good visual, Brooks, because it really is that simple. I mean, it took me about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You never know if you'll need them. So I suggest everybody click that link and sign up to get those tests.
Thanks, Brooks.
Free!
Come on, guys. Just let it go.
Okay, so if you're wondering why police are arresting Elsa, is because they're not too happy about the weather. Officers in Pickens, South Carolina, tracked down the Ice Queen because of the current forecast for more winter weather on Friday. Elsa was arraigned in court for, quote, unlawful use of snow and ice. Right now in Spalding County, south of Atlanta, a disturbing discovery. Disabled adults locked in a basement, some of them denied medical care.
Our Rebecca Schramm is live in Griffin this morning. Rebecca, perhaps even more shocking, a pastor has been charged with the false imprisonment of these people.
Yeah, that's right, Robin Gravier. Police here in Griffin tell us they first found out about this when paramedics responded to the home last week on a call of a person having a seizure. They couldn't get to that patient because the person was locked in the basement. So they actually had to go through a window. And that's when they made the discovery. According to Griffin police, there were 8 adults with mental or physical disabilities locked inside the basement of the home on Valley Road. They say Curtis Bankston and his wife Sophia were operating an unlicensed group home under the guise of their church called One Step of Faith in Atlanta. Police say the investigation also revealed the couple was controlling the finances, medications, and the public benefits of the people staying there, and that some of them had been denied medication and medical care. Curtis Bankston was arrested and charged with false imprisonment, and police expect to charge the wife soon. We spoke with a neighbor who was sad to hear about all of this.
I don't think we ever assumed that it was necessarily a group home. You could tell there were more people there than probably should be there, just even based on the amount of trash that they had.
And she says she actually met one of the residents once who had apparently wandered away from the home. You're going to hear more about that coming up in our next half hour. The pastor is out on bond, and he says he will speak with us to give his side of the story this afternoon. And if that happens, we'll certainly bring it to you. Live in Griffin, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.